Hi everybody, today is the 25th of November and we're going to tell the pain story. This pain story has changed a lot of people's life and it shed light into why something happened to our life and how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So are you ready? Let's get started, okay? What is this? It's a pen. What do we use the pen for? To write. Now, there is a dog inside the room. I'm going to wait this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick, or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog one, the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson, both are correct. Now, let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table and then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or chewing toy. Or it becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom calls this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life, just like Ishii Michael Roach applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build a business with a revenue of $250 million a year. He is also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? So this thing is currently on the table where there is no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with. It comes back to true self, we call it the emptiness. So the emptiness is not blackness, it's not nothingness, it's also not enough, no feeling, no thinking. It's just itself when it doesn't interact with anyone. So in fact, we all have the emptiness, right? When we don't interact with anyone, we come back to our true self. So we all possess the emptiness. But then, this one, okay, as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog come back to the room and the dog look at it, this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I came back to the room at the very same time, and we both look at this at the very same time, what does this thing become? Oh, it becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing, when there is no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with, it comes back to choose, and we call it the emptiness. But then, because it has the emptiness, it also have to interact with everyone or everything almost constantly. So it always has the potential to become anything or anyone, depending on who or what is looking at that at the very moment. So that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now, I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is the pen itself, then the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind, and everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to believe this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen, but not a diamond? There are stages inside our mind that the ancient wisdom calls as karma. When we see something, the seed inside our mind pop up, open up, and cover this and made us see it for what had been planted only into our mind. So who planted those seeds into our mind in the first place? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our words, by our actions, by our thoughts, especially toward other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this palm open up and both me and my friend will see it, and it start leaving mark in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen is already planted into my mind. And now it pop up, open up, and cover this and made me see it as a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen, or anything surround us become what and who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. The first lesson is about the correct. So we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. And with this lesson, I like to remind myself and everyone that, in order for us to do that to everyone, try to do it to yourself first. So try to listen to yourself with compassion, try to understand yourself, try to respect your decision. So when you be able to do that, you will be a strong anchor to yourself. So whatever happened outside, whenever you come back to yourself, you will find peace and happiness. And that is when you be able to do it to everyone else. And that is also the lesson number 1 is also the secret to all kind of happiness in all relationship. Because in any relationship, people always long for to be listened to be understood, and to be respected. Lesson number 2 is everything is actually coming from, lesson number 2 is we all, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So just your potential, just the potential of everyone or everything surround you, and just the potential whatever happened to you. And remember, in order for you to see the potential in anyone or anything, you have to see the emptiness, what they really are, without anyone or anything first. So that is the linkage between lesson number 1 and lesson number 2. Because in order for you to see the emptiness, you have to listen to people, you have to understand, you have to respect them. So once you be able to do all of that, that is when you truly see where they coming from, how they do it, and what they truly are. So that is lesson number 1, right? So thanks to lesson number 1, we'll be able to see the emptiness, and then from that, we'll be able to see the potential of everything or everyone, or even ourselves. And then lesson number 3 is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we'll be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us. We don't blame anyone, because in the end, we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind using our words, our actions, our thoughts to other people. So this one is actually very, very important, because it's again, it reinforces the importance of our thought, and then from our thought, what we have in our mind, through our action, through our word to other, that will create our future. So once you see the potential of anything or even yourself, that is your thought, right? So you start planting those using your word, your action to all of the people, and that will be finally solidified, becoming your life. So the importance of this lesson is that we know that we are the one who can create your future, our future. We also be the one who will be fully responsible to whatever happened to us, because we are the one who create our life. So, and then going to lesson number 4 is how to incorporate all those lessons into our life, and then how to manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So first, we have to know what we want to have in our life, right? Using our word, or using lesson number 2, the emptiness and the potential. And after that, we start planting those seeds using our word of action, our thoughts to other people. So if you want to have happiness, then you plant the happiness using our word of action, our thoughts to other people, helping other people to be happier. If you want to have prosperity, using your word, your action, your thought, using our helping other people to be healthier. And just like that, whatever that you want, making sure that you use your word, your action, your thoughts to other people, helping other people to achieve that. And that is one of the best way to plant a seed into your mind and to ensure that one day you're gonna reap whatever that you sow. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that it's been a week since I last tell the pain story, or even a bit more. And during that time, I actually went for a hospital-based training in Ho Chi Minh City, Eye Hospital. And of course, there's a lot of things going on during the HPT, but I learned one of the very important lessons is just going with the flow. So we try to prepare to our best, ability. So we prepare everything, we plan everything, but then when things actually happen, we just go with the flow, and then we just let it be, and then and then just work on it along, and just instead of going against the flow, we actually just work with the flow, and then everything will be better. And trust the nature of everything. And as soon as long as we try our best, everything will turn out all right. So that's the lesson that I would like to share with you all today. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me today. Thank you, Anne, for accompanying me in this 3,000-day journey. And if by me sharing with you the pain story of my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my Jewish family, to my friends, to my co-workers, or to my clients, or to any living thing in this world, any other world, with love, wisdom, and gratitude. And one thing that I would like to, I really hope, another typhoon, actually another flood, actually was happening in the central and southern part of Vietnam, and a lot of people has been suffering from that flood. A lot of family got ripped apart, and a lot of people died. So I truly, this year has been a really bad year. A lot of natural disaster, like a flood, typhoon. So I really hope that I want to send all my blessing, all my thoughts and prayers to them, to all the people who get affected by the flood, and hopefully you'll be able to, you all be safe, and you'll be able to get back to your normal life soon. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. You all have a beautiful day. Bye bye.